Hello, good day from wherever you're watching from. This is Kingdom Mental Shift, and I want to welcome you all to the sixth month of the year 2026, or should I say the middle of the year 2026. And uh, Trust me, it's been God. Uh, if it has not been the Lord who is on our side, what we'll be saying at this moment. We did January, we did February, we did March, we did April, we did May, and now we're in June. We're still alive. Believe me, it can only be God. So really want to thank God for keeping us to this moment. It has been His mercy and His grace that has sustained us till now. You know, in this year we have considered so many amazing topics, and this year we started with mountains of influence, and then afterwards we talked about seed time and harvest time. Afterwards we talked about digestive system model of life. Last month we talked about talented but rude. If you have not seen the videos, all these topics that I just said, believe me, you really missed a lot. So, and you can actually check them out by searching, just check the videos, you see everything on that video of Bolade Adeyemi. Once you say Bolade Adeyemi on the YouTube channel, or if you are joining on this call, just go to videos, you see on that videos on this channel. You see everything I just mentioned, right? The mountains of influence, seed time and harvest time, digestive system model of life, talented but rude. These are very amazing topics that we have considered this year rather. So this month we'll be considering another amazing topic, and this month we'll be considering the face of a man. You can see it right there on your screen. The face of a man. The face of a man. You see, in this topic, we'll be exposing ourselves to a study that gives us, a view of what it is to be a human. Many people have forgotten how to be a human. Many people have forgotten how to be a human, and it is not their fault. It's not that they are inherently bad. It's just that life happened to them, and when life happens to people like that, it tends to take off some part of humanity. Basic human instincts get lost. So, you see, this day will be considering some of the qualities that makes us humans. All these qualities that might have been lost, will be reconsidering them, without which we cannot be considered humans. So you can imagine when you can actually be a human and not have some of the qualities of humans just because life happened. So today we're brushing through the face of a man. The face of a man. So what does the face of a man actually means? Let's check. The face of a man. The face of a man, like I used to say in Kingdom Mental Shift, most of our topics are actually inspired, from the scriptures. If we check the book of Ezekiel, chapter 1, from verse 10, there was a description of an angel that has, four faces, four faces. And the the first was the face of a man, the second was the face of a lion, the third was the face of an ox, and then the last one was the face of an eagle. So, subsequently, we'll be taking a deeper dive into, some of these things that I just mentioned. We might be looking at the face of a lion's son, we might be looking at the face of an ox, we might be looking at the face of an eagle. These stuffs are very profound words that we can actually explore. And before we continue, because of course this month we are talking about the face of a man. Of course, one of the things that you can humanly do right now is to touch the like button and share this video. If you're joining us for the first time, this is Kingdom Mentorship. You can like, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can also share this video so that every other young person out there can benefit. So, the face of a man, the face of a man. What does the face of a man symbolizes? Face of a man symbolizes intelligence. Men are intelligent. Men are intelligent. When God created the world, He gave us forests, He gave us woods. You know, Adam was just tending the garden. He gave us all we need in the garden. You can now imagine if all we have are still woods and grasses, and we have no other thing. It was human being through intelligence, that bettered every other thing you've seen, from the chair that will sit down onto your bed, to the car, to the aeroplane, to curriculums, systems, structures, a lot of things. These are things that were being bettered by intelligence. Human beings are intelligent. Face of a man symbolizes intelligence. Face of a man symbolizes reasoning. And this intelligence was brought about by study, by reasoning, by observation. When somebody observe and you look, one of the reasons why human beings are very special is because you can read things via observation. And proper humanity. Another thing that the face of a man symbolizes is proper humanity. And if that is all we can say today, then trust me, we've actually hit the point. But then we want to dive deeper rather into some of our points. This reminds us of the qualities we must possess as human beings. If any of these qualities are absent in our lives, then it means that we are losing our humanity. We are losing our humanity. If any of these qualities is lost, we are losing humanity. The face of a man encapsulates all the qualities that makes human human. I'll say that again. The face of a man encapsulates all qualities that makes human human. So I won't be able to mention all the qualities in this program today, but we'll mention the most cogent ones. The ones that if you lost, you've obviously lost humanity. So, just like we said, face of a man. Man, it's not gender based, it just simply means humanity. That is what the man is. So I'm not trying to say that we're not talking about woman today. The man represents male and female. So that is what we have today, and that's what we're going to be talking about. So right about now, we're talking about the qualities. I always don't want us to spend more than 30 minutes. So if we can do lesser than 30 minutes, it will be better because of other people who might want to watch and all that. So we're trying to compress every of the ideas in this very little time that we have. And before I start talking about the qualities of humanity, if you're just joining us, this is Kingdom Mentorship. You can subscribe, you can like this video and share. You can drop a comment too, just so that we can know where you're watching from. So you can say, my name is this, I'm watching from this. I really want to welcome every one of us on this live stream. Okay, so right about now, we'll be talking about the qualities of humanity. Qualities of humanity. You see, we'll be considering some of these qualities, and these are the qualities that makes us human. Aside the characteristics of all living things, characteristics of living things, Mr. Niger Dark, where we talk about movement, reproduction, nutrition, and growth, and excretion, respiration, and adaptation, and all other things that we've done in our secondary school biology. These are normal qualities that makes us humans, right? But this day we'll be considering some other qualities that makes us better than animals and plants, because all these qualities I just mentioned, we share it with animals and plants. So if this is all that we possess, we are not better than animal and plants. So now we'll be talking about every other quality that makes us humans. Many of us have lost these qualities due to the vicissitude of life. It's fine, and that is why we're going over these qualities. And in the course of this study, we'll be evaluating all these qualities again. The first quality you see there on your screen says curiosity. 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 What do you say? Curiosity? Yeah, curiosity. Curiosity, there is a particular saying that says curiosity kills the cat. Yeah, curiosity kills the cat. It is the cat that will actually have problem from being curious. Human being, a curious man is a man. Curious woman is a woman. That is what makes us human. As human beings, one of the qualities we need to possess is the ability to ask questions. I'm not saying you should ask about every silly thing. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying relevant question. Do you know that the reason the early men were able to uncover all kinds of laws, we have laws. We have laws of physics, we have laws in chemistry, we have the Archimedes principles, all kinds of laws postulated. We have all these things. The reason why early men were able to uncover all these laws is due to their relentless curiosity. They had relentless curiosity. And we must have this drive to always ask questions. We must always ask questions. See, you must have a drive in you to ask why. Always ask why. You know, even though we cannot get answers to all questions in life. You cannot get answer to every question in life. But the drive to have the understanding of things, the understanding of situations, the understanding of events, it's a very good one. This innate ability to explore, you want to find out, some of us, when we get an electronic gadget, you'll be curious, you'll be like, what's inside this gadget? That is what makes us human. The ability to want to find out the reason behind a particular thing, and this ability must not die. This ability must not die. Curiosity is a very important quality a human being must have. It's a must have for human beings. If you were raised in a house where no one is allowed to ask questions, you will really be deficient of a lot of knowledge. You will not know a lot of things. You will know something, but you will not know much because you are deficient. And this is why it is always good to ask questions. The funny part of all this is that sometimes the most silly question is the most brilliant question in the house. You think the question is silly until you face reality. This is how people become great people. They learn, they want to learn. That desire to learn, that desire to know why this is that, That is what makes us human. You should not stop asking questions. If you are in a place and they tell you that anything we tell you, just accept it, don't ask questions, you're in a wrong place. You're in a wrong place. You must always be able to ask questions. Anybody that want to subject you to a condition where you cannot ask any question is not actually doing you good. Yeah, you must be able to ask questions. So, because once you stop asking questions, you're becoming less of a human being. So, curiosity is what makes us knowledgeable. So, an animal will not ask questions. Animals will not ask questions. They will not ask. Once you stop asking questions, you'll be reduced to a level of an animal. So ask questions. Questions about life, questions about existence, questions about survival, questions about purpose, questions about success, questions about a lot of things, anything that you think of, ask about it. You can type in the comment section, ask questions. Say, ask questions, ask questions. Type it, type it, type it, say, ask questions. It is very important to ask questions. And this is one of the qualities that makes us human. This is one of the qualities that makes us human. All right, that's the first one. We'll be considering the next quality that makes us human. Like I used to say, if you're just joining us, welcome to this Kingdom Mentor Shift. If you're joining us for the first time, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the video so that the YouTube algorithm can pick it up and show it to others. So you can also share the video. All right. The second point that we have is self-awareness. Self-awareness. Self-awareness is another very important quality of a human. Self-awareness is another very important quality of a human. What is self-awareness? The deep capacity to be aware of yourself, to be aware of your thoughts, to be aware of who you are, to be aware of your surroundings, to be aware of what gets you hungry, to be aware of what makes you happy. That is self-awareness. Being self-aware brings about self-reflection. You will just sit down and say, oh, what do I like? What do I really like? That is why the concept of best food cannot be extinct, cannot go extinct, because there should be something you like. There should be something you like. And there should be supposed to be something that you hate. So this is a very profound quality that everybody must have. It makes you try to understand the type of person that you are. You reflect on the kind of person that you are. Who am I? You ask yourself, what kind of person am I? You ask yourself. This quality is a very important quality. And you need to know who you are. What makes you hungry? What is it that when somebody say it, it can make you break bottle? You need to know. You need to know. What is it that when somebody say it, you can flare up? You need to know so that once it happens, you just run away. Because if you don't know, you will soon break somebody's head. That is what self-awareness helps us to know. What makes you happy? People are not only known for what makes them hungry, they're also known for what makes them happy. The post you like on social media determines the kind of person you are. So that post, you agree with it, it makes you happy. It depends. It makes us know the kind of person that you are also. So what makes you happy? It's very important. It's not just what makes you sad, but what makes you happy. What did you like? What do you like? What do you like? What do you like? What do you like to do? What do you like to wear? What do you like to eat? This is a very important factor. What do you like to do? What can you control? What can you control? What is it that, oh, even if they do it to you, you can still manage? You can still cope. You can cope. What? And then what you cannot control. What is something that once they do it, you break. You need to know. You need to know these are the quality that makes us human. These are the qualities that makes us human. So, self-awareness reveals your strength, it reveals your weakness. As humans, you need to be self-aware. You need to know what triggers you. Self-awareness will make us emotionally intelligent. It will make you intelligent. You'll be smart. You'll be very smart. You'll be very smart. You'll be very intelligent. So this will help us to be able to live with other humans in peace. It will help to be able to live with others in peace. So who are you? What triggers your emotion? Once you stop being self-aware, you will lose it. Once you stop being self-aware, you will lose it. So I hope we got that. So we're just joining for the first time. This is Kingdom Mentor Shift, and you can subscribe to our channel and like the video. You can share the video so that every other person can also benefit. The next point says empathy. Empathy. Empathy is another very important, quality of a human. Empathy is a quality every human being must possess. This is the instinct of understanding your feelings, the feelings of others rather. Instinct to understand the feelings of others, perspective of others. And in response to understanding the feelings of others, you provide support and care. That's empathy. Empathy makes you passionate. Passionate. Unlike animals and other species, we have a profound capacity to understand and share the feeling of others. The moment you stop having compassion and empathy, you are beginning to be less of a human. So, these qualities are what makes us better than animals. Many of us, have passed through a lot in life, and this has altered our sense of empathy and compassion. So, in response to life and situation, we are now wicked, heartless, sadistic. We are now lackadaisical. We don't care. We don't care what happens to any other person. Immediately we hit these states in life, we are beginning to lose our humanity. So we need to gain back our empathy. You can write in the comment section, gain back your empathy. Gain back your empathy. Empathy is one of the things that makes us human. Empathy is a very important one. Let's go on to the next one because of our time. We'll be going to number 4, which says creativity. Creativity is another very important quality of a human being. The ability to create and express unique perspective. This is the ability to envision, possibilities beyond the present moment. Creativity. In this age, there is artificial intelligence, and many of us no longer think. We don't think. We just ask AI everything. Disadvantage the advantage of AI really is that it saves time, right? It saves time. But do you know that AI was actually programmed by a human being? So when you use AI, when you ask AI a question, you're indirectly placing demand on the intelligence of a man. See, so the disadvantage to this is that many people no longer want to do anything themselves. This is really affecting so many of us, and it is killing our creativity. When they say write something, you ask AI. When it's a simple message, you ask AI. Some people are even asking AI how to write good morning. Some people are asking AI, even when some people have been told to lead prayers, they ask AI. You want to lead prayers in church, you still ask AI of the prayers that you want to lead. You want to share the word of God, you still ask AI for the word of God. So this has killed a lot of creativity. we are forgetting that before AI came, there has been there have been creativity. There is William Shakespeare. There is Da Vinci. These guys are creative. There are a lot of creative people that we have about Einstein. We have writers, scientists, creative people that made others know that, oh, there are levels to this IQ thing. The moment you stop being creative, you stop being human. Creativity is a very important quality human must have. And then finally, we talk about adaptation. Adaptation is the final quality we'll be talking about today. Adaptation is a capacity to adapt, to learn, to grow, even in the midst of adversity and challenges. This is the quality that makes a man thrive in any kind of environment. As a human, resilience is very important. It's a very important quality to possess, and without it, you will not last. So the reason why some of us complain every time is because we are not putting this quality called adaptation to good use. Once you stop adapting, you stop being human. As difficult as where you live may be, you can succeed. As hard as Nigeria is, people have succeeded. That is what makes us human. So, at the point where everyone is complaining, you can actually get inspired. Adaptation. It gives you resilience. It makes you strong. It makes you see far above what others are seeing. It makes you see the light even in the pain. It makes you see the light even in the darkness. So, however, the downside to this adaptation is that someone can adapt to the extent of getting comfortable in chains instead of fighting hard. People say, oh, let's just survive. So do not adapt to chains. You need to fight it. You need to fight it. So this is what happens in Nigeria. There are a lot of killings that have been happening in the country, in Nigeria, for a while now. And people have started getting adapted to killings, to bad news. This is not what we're talking about. Don't get adapted to bad things. Fight it. Adaptation we're talking about is what is resilience. Adaptation we're talking about is what makes you find a way when there is no way. That is the adaptation we're talking about. And every human being must be somebody that has adaptation. Adaptation helps you to be creative, it helps you to be strong, and it helps you to be resilient. These are all the qualities. This is the last quality we're talking about today. And because of our time, we'll be stopping here. Like I said, I don't want it to be more than 30 minutes. So if you are just joining us, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can drop a comment, like this video, and share to others. A conclusion. As humans, curiosity, self-awareness, empathy, creativity, and adaptation must always show in our day-to-day lives. This quality that we have considered up there, they are very important. Once you start getting deficient in any one of them, you start becoming less of a human. The degree to which you exhibit all these qualities we have mentioned is the degree of the humanity that you possess. So my question is, how much of a human are you? You can type in the comment section, how much of a human are you? How much of a human are you? All right, so that's where we'll be stopping it today. Thank you all for joining. This is Kingdom Mental Shift. If you are just joining us, you can subscribe to our channel, you can share it so that others can see. You can like the video so that the YouTube algorithm can make other people see it. You can drop a comment. If anybody has a question, if you have a question to ask, you can drop it on the comment section. And if you're in a WhatsApp group, you can also drop it on the WhatsApp group. So that will be all for today. Thank you all for joining, and please have a wonderful day. I believe that we are blessed.